Good evening. I wanted to discuss something yesterday that I heard. I was driving and I had the news radio station on, and there was a commercial. It was narrated by one of the ladies that worked on she's a newscaster. And it was a Bank of America commercial, and she posed a question uh, about, have you ever thought about all of the information you learn in school that you never use? Well, Bank of America wants to teach you how to be financial responsible, or financial literacy, or however she said it, but she went on to say things like that, and it just hit me. I was like, wow, everyone knows that we aren't taught the information that's most useful to us in school. You look at any young person that graduates from, the regular run-of-the-mill high school in the U.S., and they don't even know basic financial how to handle those matters, basic banking, basic investment knowledge. And this is why we are at such a disadvantage, because you begin your adult life and you get out here and you know absolutely nothing. I mean, you may know to walk into a bank and open a bank account and sign your name. You don't know what to look for in the bank. You don't understand the different accounts, the different types. You don't understand investments, which you can start at 18, beginning to invest some money or save money. I mean, I'm just saying, we're not taught those things in school. And just to hear this commercial and she's saying these things on the behalf of Bank of America, I mean, they're basically saying, we know you don't know these things. And it's just like, everyone knows that most adults are not where they should be, don't know what they need to know when it comes to financial literacy. Yet, we're not changing it in the school system in any way. The programs that are going on, they're, nonprofits that are joining with schools, and, maybe teachers will, put certain activities in place. But why aren't these just standard classes that you have to take? Because it doesn't matter what you go on to be. Everyone needs to understand how to budget and save money and plan for some of the things that you want that you don't have money for at one time to just outright buy. How to determine what credit card, to actually get, to know the different type of investments. I mean, just basic knowledge. We're at a disadvantage when you start out as an adult, because you don't know these things, and sometimes you don't know what you don't know. It takes time for you to understand what it is that you don't know. So even if you're a person who will go out and learn on their own, it takes you to be around someone that introduces you to some things, or you go into a financial institution and they may mention something, but sometimes you even though information flows much easier, and it is a matter of some people not being lazy and doing it, but sometimes when you're a very young adult, you don't know what you don't know, and so, or you sometimes you hear things, but you think it's so over your head. You think it's too much for you to understand. But that's where, it's very important to have these things taught in schools, so that it is introduced to you, the fundamentals, and to be able to get it. But it just to listen to that. I had heard the commercial a couple times, but that was the time that I stopped, and I just really, I just stopped. I was like, wow, they're admitting that you all don't know much. And then we look at Americans and see how many of them are in debt, and the bankruptcy rate and all of this. Well, it all ties to the fact that you don't know how to make good financial decisions. And it's just like, what kind of school system do we have where we know that it's so much being taught that students won't use it, but what's most useful to every person, doesn't matter what your career choices are or what direction you go. These are the skills that are important to everyone, yet we're not learning in the men's school. So just something to think about. You have to educate yourself. You have to encourage others to read. And sure can't depend on the school system. So I hope I offered you something. Have a good evening.